Looking into what your existing permit allows and/or what new permits may be required, and talking to the local health department are critical first steps before starting work on a new septic system, an existing septic system, or even a new addition on an existing home. When you get ready to start actually doing the work, where do you start and how does the process go?
We typically start at the house and work our way out to the tank, putting the building sewer in, and then digging the tank to the proper depth. You want to make sure that it's properly bedded so the tank doesn't settle, or any pipe entering or exiting the tank is going to settle, because that could be a problem area if it's not properly bedded or dug correctly. From there, we'll progress onto the drain field and do all the excavation before putting any pipe or media in the field.
Can you talk a little bit about the purpose of a septic tank and some considerations to make sure a tank meets those requirements?
Sure. Septic tanks need to be 100% watertight vessels for life. Its primary function is to separate out solid material that you would find in raw wastewater entering septic tank from your house. Those solids are what would finally make it out into your field and would eventually compromise your field over time. So the better job that you can do in retaining those solids within your septic tank, the longer your field is going to last. There are things that can be utilized within a septic tank to help retain some of those solids. Primarily Baffle, things like effluent filters. Typically 1/8 inch or larger diameter can be retained within the septic tank.
Is it possible on older septic tanks that don't have an effluent filter to retrofit those and put in an effluent filter?
Not only is it possible, but highly recommended. It's probably one of the best things, best value for your money that you can do to retrofit an existing system.
Effluent filters provide a critical line of defense to keep solids from escaping from the septic tank and clogging your drain field. And in some cases, there is a second filter between the tank and the drain field. Effluent filters should not be removed and should be cleaned every 6 months. A regular cleaning schedule can be set up with a local septic system pumper. So how often do you recommend that people pump their septic tanks?
We recommend every 3 to 5 years, depending on the size of the family. That just maintains the tank, drain field, the house, and doesn't allow any of the septic material to get it out and infect our groundwater. And it maintains our drain field and keeps everything clean.
Pumping your septic tank starts with the selection of a pumper who is certified by the state or county. The certification process helps to ensure that the waste is dealt with properly. The county health department is a good place to inquire about certified pumpers. In this case, we had drawings that showed us pretty closely where the septic tank was. What do you do if somebody doesn't have those drawings?
It's pretty unlikely that anybody would not have a map. If there is, you can go to the county and get a map from them to be able to locate where that is.
If a map is not available, another option is to contact a septic pumper who has tools to locate tanks. If the tank is shallow, this may be as simple as a metal detector. Deeper tanks, or tanks without enough metal to detect, may require sending a device through the plumbing that can be detected from the surface. Septic tanks often have more than one chamber to improve the retention of solids. It is important that the solids are thoroughly mixed and removed from all chambers during the pumping process. So do you recommend that after someone has dug out their septic tank portal like this, to put in a riser so that they don't need to dig the next time?
I recommend it because if there's ever comes an issue with their septic or drain field or with their house, then you're able to pull that lid right off, taking less time of taking care of the issue.
A properly functioning field should saturate and then should drain empty. It allows aerobic bacteria that live within the pore spaces in the soil to consume a lot of those solids that make it out to the leach field. As far as different types of materials in a leach field, they include conventional rock and pipe, which is PVC pipe in a rock bed. There are chamber systems which leave an open space within your field. What will provide the most longevity and the best functioning type system over time is a pressurized drain field, and that will create even distribution throughout your field.
When you see a system fail, what are some of the typical reasons that you've seen systems fail?
Speaking of a conventional septic system, almost all failures that I see are in the field. You have to either replace that field or find another location where you can build another one. The nice thing about advanced treatment is when we see failure, we most often see failure in some sort of mechanical apparatus within the system. That can be addressed and that can be fixed before your field is compromised.
There are a number of additives available that you see advertisements for to add to your septic tank to increase its function. What do you think about additives?
Well, I don't think much about them. The best additive that's available to a septic tank is provided by your own body. The human body is a great producer of bacteria, and those bacteria are responsible for a lot of the biological breakdown and treatment of wastewater. Most systems, if properly designed, if properly installed, and if properly maintained, will give you a very good long life, 30 plus years probably. But a lot of that maintenance and a lot of that potential for failure actually lies on the homeowner.
Inside the house, consideration of what you put down the drain can help your septic system to function properly to protect groundwater. A good general rule is that if it didn't come out of you, it shouldn't go down the drain. Toilet paper and household cleaners are exceptions, but choosing septic-safe paper and more environmentally friendly cleaners is an important consideration. Never put unused prescription or even over-the-counter pharmaceuticals down the drain. Other things to avoid putting down the drain include paint, grease, coffee grounds, feminine products, and liquid drain cleaners. Using a garbage disposal adds an unnecessary additional waste load to your septic system. The more waste you can put in the garbage rather than down the drain, the better. There is evidence that brine backwash from water softeners can interfere with septic system function. Consider avoiding water softening, looking at alternative disposal for backwash water, or at least making sure that water softeners are operating efficiently. On the water use side, the less water you use, the less water the system has to treat. Consider installing water-saving fixtures and appliances, not letting water run unnecessarily, and checking your toilet and other fixtures for leaks and fixing them. Please note that the Northern Plains and Mountains Regional Water Program does not endorse any of the products depicted in this film.